Next topic will be Obamacare, which is, what's the official name?
The Affordable Healthcare Act.
There we go, Affordable Healthcare Act. Big buzz in America. A lot of people don't like it. Some people like it. A lot of people like it. A lot of people don't give a shit because it didn't really change their life, me included. But my stance on Obamacare, because since that's what everyone calls it, it is an act of Congress. It's a law. And first off, my stance on laws are over here. I don't give a shit about laws, but I do care a lot about laws. Because if I break the law, I have to go to jail. I don't like going to jail. I've been to jail twice. Shit sucks. So with laws, you got to abide by them. But that doesn't mean you have to totally respect them and believe in them and fucking fight for them. Fuck that shit. Those are laws.
Let the gays do that shit.
Those are laws. My opinion, law is fuck law. But if it's a good law, it's a good law. Whatever. It's like seatbelt, like a fucking seatbelt. If I want to die, I want to die. Shit. Fuck, I gotta have a seatbelt on. It doesn't affect nobody. Anyway, Obamacare. What President Obama and the Congress and all the people that passed the fucking bill tried to do was give America health care. Like, we're the richest country, GDP and all whatever ways you want to say it. But we had a lot of people, I think it was like 30 million people who were uninsured for health care. Mm-hmm. Now, the health field is a fucking racket. Like, Al Capone was running that shit. Like, it really shouldn't cost that much money to get whatever fuck you need done, unless we're talking about surgery. And all that costs money. But really, doctors make a shit ton of fucking money. I don't want to get into that right now, but what the law tried to do is get uninsured people health care for when shit happens. You're covered, And then if I'm talking like I'm talking, insurance is a fucking racket itself. Yeah. It's like you're paying for shit. That shit, it could happen. But if that shit don't happen, shouldn't I get my fucking money back?
Or at least some of it.
I think that's what Chris Rock said.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, so
in case shit
happens, I'm paying you all this money every fucking month. And what if nothing ever happens to me? I just lost all that fucking money. It was like, oh, well, you were covered. Fuck you. That's something we believe in. That they make us want to believe in, like, oh, you should be covered in case shit happen. If nothing happens, the fuck was I paying for?
That must not. I don't know how to say this. A lot of shit must not happen a lot because the insurance companies are rich as fuck. You know what I'm saying? If we were paying out all this money, wouldn't they be a little more broke or something?
Yeah,
They make a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, they're what's not revenue, but what's
profits?
Their profits are fucking huge.
Yeah,
across the board.
What is all this bad shit happening?
Affleck, all them niggas make good money. Seeing Affleck commercials for fucking 20 years.
Well, my main thing is like, what do they actually cure in the health field? Like, since polio, what have they actually cured? Like, you can get pills for AIDS, for sickle cell,
they should keep you alive for 20 years.
Yeah, they keep you on the leash. You get a little too
selfie every month. Yeah.
Like, hey nigga, where your diabetes at?
Yeah.
There's no money
shit cured.
Yeah,
there's no money in the cure.
But that's the thing, though.
I think they got cures. They got diseases for like all them viruses and shit in a bucket somewhere that can destroy the human body by ripping apart the cells on the DNA level and shit. They probably got cures for all that shit.
I mean, they absolutely do. But like you were saying,
who gets it though?
The profit? No, it's the profit. It's the whole profit thing. Like,
I think if you got enough money, you can get that shit.
Magic Johnson.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we seen a lot of rich people die though.
But from
a lot of rich people have died.
A lot of people.
What they tell us.
Steve Jobs died. That nigga was rich as fuck.
He had cancer.
Sick. Yeah,
So it's like, I mean, I understand the whole they got cures for everything notion. That's beautiful to believe in. It's romantic to think, oh yeah, they got cures for that shit. They just don't want to give it us because they making money off it. But like, really, can we really honestly say that?
You can't discard one or the other because I don't think that they are mutually exclusive. Like, just because they might have cures for everything, don't mean everybody can get it. Even if you're rich, you might be rich and made a whole bunch of fucking enemies.
That's my first question was, who gets it then?
Yeah,
some people get it. Who do you know that has AIDS that's been living with it for 25 years? Fucking nobody. Except for Magic Johnson. And I hate to keep bringing him up, but the fact of the matter is,
well, they've said they released that he has HIV.
Right.
So he technically, from what we heard,
developed into
he never had
AIDS.
full-blown AIDS.
That's the magic right there.
Anybody can.
But okay, I mean, we definitely get off topic, but I do want to get into this. Because I'm a reformed conspiracy theorist. I used to be on AboveTopSecret.com every fucking day, VigilantCitizen.com every fucking day, 9/11 Truth.
Shout outs to my boy VC.
All that shit, right? Like, I'm a reformed conspiracy theorist because, like, where's the fucking proof? Me, who is not religious, the reason why I don't believe in Christianity or Islam or Judaism, all that shit, because I need proof.
Right.
And if I don't have that fucking proof, if I don't see it and I can't believe it with my heart,
just an idea.
It's an idea and it's great. Fucking, if you believe that stuff, great. Fucking, if it makes your life better, keep on preaching. But for me, I need fucking proof in the pudding. So when I started believing all this, or I was into the conspiracy type stuff, I was like, yes, that's fucked up. Yeah, that sounds like legit. But where's the fucking proof? You know, it's like, yeah, they probably do have cures for all that shit. Probably don't mean true.
But the only proof that you can ever have is with your own five senses, bro. Like that whole 9/11 thing, to keep going with what you were saying. Like, the proof was what you saw. Like, it's no way those things could have came down like they said. So it wasn't even a conspiracy at that point.
Well, it's not no way those things could have.
There's no way it could have came down like they said. Dude, I'm telling you, bro. If I don't want to get into this
but that's a strong statement.
No, it is. It's
part of the conspiracy.
It's not a conspiracy, dude. Like, if a plane hit a building at the top and it cut on fire, okay, that part of the top fails. The whole rest of the bottom building is still standing. It's still strong. Why does that fall down?
I'm not an engineer.
You're not an engineer, but you understand physics.
They gave an
you understand if you jump off the balcony, you're going to fall down, right?
You're saying you don't
That's basic
agree
physics,
with the explanation.
Bro. Huh?
You're saying you don't agree with the explanation that they gave out. Because they gave out...
No, I'm saying the explanation doesn't make sense. Just like...
That's your opinion, but you can't say there's no way it didn't happen the way
There's no way that it happened the way that
the
government says that it's happening.
Strong statement. I think there's a way.
Personally, I think that 9/11 shit was, well, I don't want to feed too much into it, but if you look at the United States history, anytime the United States general populace did not want to get behind the war effort, there was fucking disaster that happened.
False flag.
In World War I, there was the Lusitania got sunk by some fucking German submarine in the North Atlantic.
Gulf of Tonkin.
And in World War II, it was fucking Pearl Harbor. Yeah. And it's Afghanistan shit, it was 9/11. So it's all...
every war, there's a false flag.
Yeah.
Every one.
Because the United States public don't ever want to get into no war.
Right.
So they have to do something to create that fucking that hate sentiment on whatever the enemy is to get it out there. Because like, if you look at Pearl Harbor, they knew about that shit like 3 weeks before it happened, and they just let it happen. Because they wouldn't like now the conspiracy theorists would say, okay, the United States and Japan were secretly working together behind the back.
Right. They always go a little bit. Yeah, you have people that be on the edges of it, but if you just focus on the core issue of 9/11 was that 19 hijackers trained in Afghanistan and hijacked some planes and flew into a building. My question was, if those same 19 hijackers would have trained in Canada, would we have fucking invaded Canada?
Yeah.
No. Come on, bro. When's the last time America invaded a white country? Fucking never, bro. Except for Germany.
Russia?
Germany.
Ukraine.
No, Germany, because they was like, hey, that's our shit.
You know, yes, the last time, but I'm saying when it's now currently possibly Russia, Ukraine, this situation.
Y'all think Russia is about to start World War III?
Nah, I don't think anybody wants World War III.
I don't think nobody wants it except for the people that profit from it. But that's the only reason we go to war. When we went to Iraq and Afghanistan, who profited from us from the war? Not us. Not the general population.
Shit, them fucking oil companies.
Halliburton, the oil companies, they made a lot of money and a lot of profits, but we didn't. Mm-hmm. We actually had to pay for this shit. So actually, you're right. The vast majority of people don't ever want to go to war for any reason, because there's always a way to talk this shit out.
Mm-hmm. They do another fucking false flag shit.
Shit, you ain't gonna have a choice.
Yeah.
They blow up the CDC.
We always have a choice, you know. But can you live with that choice? That's the question.
That's why I wouldn't go to war,
we can
man.
live off the grid if we want.
You wouldn't go to war either, bro. If you had a choice.
If I had a choice, hell fuck no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't want to kill nobody.
Have y'all ever seen Red Dawn with the movie where the communist China invades the United States?
Mm-mm. You talking about the one from the 80s? Or
they did one in the 80s and then they remade it.
Yeah, the 80s was Russia. This one is China.
Yeah, it's basically the same premise, like war in suburbia United States, like people are having to defend their families from troops and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I wouldn't want to live through no shit like that. That'd be crazy.
That's what shit. But it's people in the world right now that's living through that shit.
Yeah.
Like fucking drones flying over your house and blowing up shit.
Now FA-18s dropping shit on their ass.
I don't want World War III to happen, but it's inevitable. You know, it's going to happen.
Eventually.
We're humans.
With the current construct.
With the current, well, I was gonna say the current. Well, I'm just talking about Russia and Crimea right now. I don't think that's going to do anything.
No, because the United States don't care nothing about Crimea. Ain't really shit down there that we like.
Well, now you're basically saying that in order for World War III, the United States has to have some fucking interest in it.
Well, they do. Yeah. They do.
Really?
The United States got the biggest army in the world.
True.
The biggest military in the
world.
But
we got to care about somebody who gets attacked by somebody. Like,
well, I think America cares about...
In order for it to be a world war, the United States has to be involved in it. True.
If
the United States ain't going to get involved in it. Fuck it. Japan wouldn't. Australia wouldn't. The United Kingdom wouldn't. So
Australia's not going to get involved regardless, most likely.
Yeah, America and their allies.
Yeah.
But America's not... The only reason America cares about what Russia is doing because they think that it might be a chain reaction to them starting to take over everything around them.
Restart the Soviet
And America already has bases all around Iraq and in the Middle East, so they don't want anything interfering with what their agenda and plans are. So if Russia's starting to get involved on that type of world stage, they're going to obviously be opposed to that because they want to control that shit.
Not to be specific or nitpicking, but the current situation of Russia and Ukraine and Crimea is more so like in Crimea there's a lot of Russian
ethnic Russians,
and it's not a political play as far as positioning of world powers and bases and stuff. It's right there next to it. They got a lot of people.
And don't the people in Crimea want to be in Russia?
Yeah. From what we're seeing from the polls,
from the propaganda that we read.
Well, no, not the propaganda. They did a election type thing.
They did an election.
Yeah, they did. Or not election.
You mean the vote, the elections we do here?
We're not getting that.
Come on, hey, no, we already talking about.
No, they did a vote, and most of the people, because most of the people are Russian type people, sympathizers.
Right.
They said they want to be part of Russia.
Did they?
That's what we read.
That's what we read.
So
but that's not proof either.
It's not proof. It's not proof. But if it's true, then that means something. If it's not true, then we're talking about a whole different world of shit. But let's say it's true.
Well, if we're saying it's true, then there's nothing wrong with what Russia did.
That's how I feel about it.
But what I'm saying is that I don't believe anything that I read.
Yeah.
As far as they wanted to do this / USA Today. I don't. What the fuck?
You don't believe any of that?
No.
Even when they say a whale.
I believe if they say it's going to rain tomorrow and then I get wet when I go outside. And I'm like, okay.
But I understand that point. That's a good way to look at things. Question every fucking thing.
Yeah,
I totally
get it. The media
that.
does bullshit a lot.
But at the same time, you can't. It's not. I don't think it's safe to just totally disregard everything.
No, I'm not saying disregard. I'm saying you take it in. I'm not living under a rock. Yeah. I watch shit. I watch the news sometimes.
Yeah. And
then when I see some shit, I'm like, okay, they were telling the truth basically because what they said was going to happen, it happened. But if they say everybody in Crimea wanted to be free and that's why the Russians came in to take over the land that they already owned. I don't know about that because I know how elections can be rigged, just like they were here.
That's a smart way to look at life.
Here, you know what I mean?
Okay. I thought you were just saying fuck everything I read.
No, I'm just saying I don't take it. I take it with a grain of salt.
There you go. That's the best way. Yeah. I totally agree.
Especially with dealing with the news media.
We're at 38 minutes now. You guys want to go on Obamacare or no? No. All right, we're gonna.
That's kind of weird. Though.
Yeah, we're gonna stop it right here, guys.
That was a good episode.
It's part 1. Part 2 is coming up, and we'll see you guys there. Oh, hit the wrong thing. Might get that out.